please send me pluses or hearts or something, meaning that you can hear me. Fantastic. Great. Great. Once again, hi everyone. Hello to every cool kid who preferred this online workshop to lying in bed and watching TV shows. Though TV shows in English are in favor, you remember that. Okay, so just for those who don't know, my name is Kate. I'm a teacher at Moscow State Pedagogical University at the department called Institute of International Education. So in my lessons, I use a great variety of digital resources such as online games, educational platforms, YouTube videos, podcasts, and so on. So that is why today I would like to share some online resources which can be used for intensive preparation for the state exam. I know that now you are finding yourself in a very tough period of your life when you have 1 month or so before your state exams and you are deprived of any support, meaning like school and teachers and tutors. That might be a disaster. That might, I don't know, feel as a disaster. And you might think, how am I supposed to pass the exam if I am like completely isolated? Well, you think so. You are completely wrong. You are absolutely wrong, because school is not the only source of information, not only source of education. Why so? Just because, well, you like mainly, you were born in the 21st century. You are those who are called Generation Z. Since your early childhood, you have been kept like you are being educated. You've been brought up by means of technologies, latest media, like internet resources and all that stuff. Each and every day, the major parts of the time, you are accompanied by your gadget, by your cell phone, by a laptop, by anything like the technology. And why don't we make, or like, yeah, why don't we make them work to your benefit? Why don't we make them help you? That is why I would like to share 10 free resources which can help you in intensive preparation for your state exam. And just like for this workshop, it should be taken for granted that you already have the solid language background, which means that you are at the level of B2 or something like that. So these resources are not for taking you or bringing you from A1 to B2 level. It's not the focus of these resources. Here, you should just like come with the aim to drill, to get used to the format of the exam, to practice until it becomes automatic. So if you want something like this, you need badly such kind of instruments, you are in the right place. I will share them with you just right now. So without any preparations, let's come to the first resource you might apply. And this resource is actually the community in the social network. This is ЕГЭ 100 баллов, something like that. Using the link, you can actually find it very easily. So what does this community actually provide? They have a wonderful collection of trial versions of tests on any subject, and English in particular. They have the calculator of scores. They have all the up-to-date information for the graduates concerning the like moderate scores, the like results of the previous year, and all the information that might be of use for you. In this community, you can actually find the video resources. I mean, the video theories, video explanation of different theoretical material for each and every subject, which is really nice as well. It's a social network, right? So here, plus to all the advantages mentioned, you can get some consultation with the members of the community. You can discuss some trial versions, the tasks that might be really complicated or complex, or you might find them tricky. Okay, so you're welcome to find this wonderful community. Feel free. This is a volunteer program and project, which means they don't take any money. You get a lot of benefits and don't pay anything at all, which is great for school girls and school boys. The next site, 100 to 1, you are familiar with it. Just to be on the safe side, guys, this website is created by those who design the final exams for you. So it's obvious that you need to address the first source, the primary source of the information, and this is VP. What's important here? As a matter of fact, this site has two versions, two operating versions. One is old, another one is like a new one. So if you want to take the test and get some feedback from the system, so meaning that the system is like interactive one, you should follow the link that I have presented here in the slide. This is the new version, interactive version. What you can find here for English in particular. So they provide a great collection of the tasks for reading, writing, vocabulary and grammar. Unfortunately, they do not have any resources for listening, and they do not provide materials for speaking activities. But once again, the advantage is that the platform is interactive. So you don't need any control, any support, any extra help, because you insert the correct answers or the answers that you might find correct, in the system, and it gives you feedback. It says whether you are right or wrong just immediately. It's really fine. It's really nice for the individual work. However, the VP resource has several activities for speaking, and they are stored in the old version. So in the slide, just to be on the safe side, the PowerPoint presentation you will get a bit later, so you will have all the links available. So in this link, you can actually find the old version of the VP, and there they have several activities for speaking. Unfortunately, they are not interactive, as I said, because it's an old version. Moreover, it would be very complicated to organize the assessments, right, in interactive way, to give some feedback automatically. So these resources you can actually use just to practice yourself or to practice speaking with your tutor or teacher. However, I have some idea for you. If you want some kind of interaction or an exam-like atmosphere, like to feel this suspense, thrilling, horror. So this wonderful site, Speaking Svetlana EnglishOnline.ru, judging by the name, you may guess that it is created by a Russian teacher. So this is an online simulator of speaking part. What it actually gives us, not only does the resource provide you with the time limits, the oral instruction, just like during the exam, but it also provides you an opportunity to record your voice, which is really cool and really great. Why? Because in the end of the activity, you can re-listen to your recordings and to make some conclusion on what can be improved. That's really nice. Moreover, you can download the recordings and send them to your group mates, your classmates, your tutors, your teachers, and get the feedback from them. This is just an awesome thing to do. So one more tick in your list. The next resource is produced by Yandex, and this is also a free resource, the free library, which provides like 100 of resources for different subjects, and English in particular. What's good in it, that it is interactive. You might say, well, it's not surprising, like a lot of websites nowadays are interactive. That goes without saying. Well, that's true. However, the majority of these websites are not for free. So you should pay something. You should invest some money, whether a small amount of money or like a bigger one. However, Today we are speaking about free resources, and this resource is a wonderful thing to talk about in terms of the interactive platforms. So what's cool that when you insert your answers here, not only does the system correct you or gives the correct answers, but it also gives some feedback. This is a primitive feedback, very concise and precise and very short. However, it gives some explanation, you see, which is really nice for the graduates, for school kids, because when you don't have any assistance on part of teachers and tutors, you need some explanations sometimes, you need some feedback. One more plus is that if you feel more comfortable working with paper versions, you can actually print the tests out and work with the paper version. Why not? That's really cool. Moreover, when you take the whole test, the system makes a time limit. So it sets the time limit for you. You say, come on, we are not in the exam. Well, it seems to me that this minor detail is very motivational, because sometimes we need some, some push for us to finish, to accomplish the mission, yes, to finish the task, to finish the thing that we have started doing. So the time limit seems to me a very nice psychological trigger for you to start and to finish. Yeah, this is the next point of my discussion, and it seems that this point drops out of my narration because, well, this is not an interactive platform. Yeah, this is a series of books, but it seems to me that this series of books deserves to be mentioned. This is the result of cooperation between the British publishing house and the designers of the state exam. Why is it so cool? Well, these books keep all these dirty secrets, these tricks that are hidden in your state exam. I think that that sometimes, very often in state exams, not only the knowledge which is checked, but also your ability to get focused, to concentrate, and to spot the traps, not to get caught in a trap. So this series of books makes you ready for these traps, makes you prepared for cracking these traps, which is really cool. Moreover, if you buy the paper version, inside you can find the secret code, which gives you some access to the interactive platform of Macmillan, providing you more resources for training. It's really cool. However, there is a disadvantage, and you can see it just here in the figures. The problem is that the book is very costly. Oh, well, I would say it's extremely expensive. It's beyond the moderate level, which is terrific. So if you find it not very costly, I would highly recommend you to buy it, and also to use the interactive platform when you get the access to. What you can do, just for now, you can go to any online bookshop, something like Labyrinth, and find these books there. They are available now. If you find it too expensive, you can try to find your luck in social networks. Some time ago, I managed to find these books in vk.com. Of course, it's illegal. It's not really nice to spread these books because they are certified. But I managed to find them, and I saved them, and I can use them. The same can be done by you, so you can try to find them in VK, download them for free, and use them. Well, this is the only thing sometimes that can be done by school kids. So shall we go to the next point? Yeah. While taking the test and completing them, you might feel the need of brushing up something, like revising something, coming back to some old material. And this is why wonderful resource, usefulenglish.ru, is exactly for this. So this is the online encyclopedia of English, where you can find anything from grammar up to phonetics and pronunciation. And what is great here, that the information is presented in 2 languages, as you can see. This is very convenient and comfortable for someone. Yeah, so you're welcome to address this website as well. Yeah, but what about writing? There comes a question. What about writing? You know, I think you know that it's really difficult to progress. It's very difficult to change something in your way of writing if you don't get any feedback. And when you're deprived of this opportunity and you cannot communicate with your teachers and tutors, you just get in a kind of stagnation, you know, you regress. So to progress, to improve something in your writing, you need to know what is good and what is bad. And that is why I am going to share several resources for you where you can get this feedback from native speakers for free. So the first resource is called italki. Italki is originally the site that helps language learners to find the tutors. Of course, the lessons of tutors are about money, and we are talking about something for free. But for good fortune, italki has a huge community of language learners who exchange their languages for free. It's like a barter system, you know, like you help me and I will help you back. So you can find any pen pal there from any country. It can be the native, like British or American, or it can be from Germany, why not? And you can take this chance of practicing your English. What about the next one? This is HiNative, right? HiNative.com, right? HiNative.com is something a bit different from the previous resource. I would associate it with the social network. So actually, what you can do here, you can create different posts asking about some aspect of the language, like how can I say koshka or in English? How shall I put безмятежность in English? Well, this is like the most primitive example, you understand it yourself. But you can actually ask anything and you will get feedback and some comments by the natives. So what can you ask? Well, you can ask something concerning pronunciation. You can record the message, send it, and get some feedback from the natives in terms of how it sounds. Does it sound authentic or not? Does the sound the is the or z or something like that? You can ask them about the peculiarities of punctuation. Ask whether it's fine to say like to use 2 different words together, like the valency, yes? You can ask anything about the language and culture, by the way. But the point here, that this site is not only about taking. This site is about double exchange. So you are the person who not only asks and gets some feedback, but you are the one who also gives the feedback. You see, in this site, there are lots of people who study Russian, and you can be of use for them. And you can give some comments over the like usage of some words in Russian and punctuation and pronunciation that actually doesn't require much time. You can like check these websites several times per day, and that would be of great benefit for you, I assure you. The next resource is called lang-8.com, which is almost the same as the previous one, so I'm not going to give precise comments and detailed comments on it. It's just the same. I'm not quite sure which one is better. I think that you have to check out both of them and decide for yourself which kind of design you like more. That's it. So here you also can post different stuff, and get the feedback from the natives, also for free. And here comes the last point of our program, exam.ru. It also drops out of my narration because unfortunately it's not free. However, I couldn't help myself but share it with you, and I'll explain why. So what it is, this is the Russian web source, which helps graduates to get ready for this Russian state exam. Any subject can be found. It can be mathematics, it can be English, it can be geography, anything. So it helps you to train your skills and to train the tests in the form of a game. So the system creates an individual track for you, sets a kind of a mission. And each mission brings you scores of experience, you know, like in video game. It levels you up and you can see your progress, like your personal progress in your profile. Well, it's really motivating. It proved to be very motivating for like teenagers and young adults. So it's highly recommended to try out. That how it looks, can actually cover and get this course of experience. But the only disadvantage, as I said, it's really costly. I don't know whether it's worth trying those who are graduating this year. Probably if you are in grade 10, it would be nice to try it out because you have a year ahead for practicing. They have a fixed price for the whole year, for the whole academic year. So it would be not really rational to start it just now because we have several months till the end of the academic year. So this site really often has like plunges some discount programs. I mean, they have some discounts that can bring you like a very beneficial purchase, as they say, bargain. Moreover, there is a kind of a discount program, like if you invite your friends, you get a discount. More friends invited, more discount, the more is your discount. And actually, finally, you can get the course just for free. I don't know whether it works or not, whether it's, I don't know, it's worth doing, like inviting all your friends, it's not MWay. However, just like pay attention to this. It might be a great way out for those who like video games and for those who need some motivation and who don't like this trivial drilling and trivial practicing tasks each and every day. So that might bring some bright colors in your training. Well, it seems to me this workshop was very short, so that's it for the websites and web resources. So now I'm ready to answer your questions if you still have some. Yep. I hope I was of benefit and use. So nice to see you again. So nice to see you again. Thank you very much, guys. Yeah, I really hope it was useful. You will get all the websites because it's really important. This is the major part of my speech, right? To get the links finally. Okay, so you will get them to your mail boxes. It seems to me that our education, our studies was so long that all the questions were already answered, right? All the questions were already answered. Yeah. However, you will have a set of more interesting things to discuss like the following week and the following month. is there any sites for checking level of English? Well, you know, this is a very simple question because each and every private school, I mean English First or Skyeng or Foxford or Wall Street, in each and every private school's website, they have this kind of test to identify the level of your English. Of course, you need to give like your personal data. I mean, like the telephone number, the mail address, but that's not a problem. That's not a great problem. I mean, they will call once and you'll just say, well, thank you. What is my favorite resource out of the ones that I have shared? Or out of any? You mean like I got with preparations and stuff, IELTS or something like that? You mean you need some online resource which would give you the test in a form of the IELTS, right? Well, the majority of the resources that I have mentioned use this kind of pattern. By the way, the moderator has sent you some wonderful links. You can actually use examenglish.com. Are there any websites which give us an opportunity to practice my speaking skills with native speakers? As I said, in italki.com, you actually search for the pen poll, but it depends on you in what form of communication you are going to connect. It can be the written form, you can like exchange messages and that's it. Or you can meet each other in Zoom or in Skype, it's not a problem. So the thing is to find the friends, the pen pal, yeah? And italki will help you with this. Some time ago, there was a nice website which like had a lot of chances to become this kind of resource where different speakers meet. However, it turned out to be not very successful as people started to use it not for educational purposes. So I wouldn't even like name it, wouldn't recommend it. So go to italki, find the pen pal and decide together in what kind of cooperation, in what kind of interaction you are going to continue your friendship. I mean, in a written form or in Skype or Zoom, like by speaking. Yes, the moderator also gives some comments of a wonderful resource, examenglish.com. So you're welcome to check it out. Yep, probably something else. See ya. See ya. Okay, so thank you very much, guys. See you tomorrow in the next wonderful workshop where you can ask all the questions you are interested in. Okay, have a good day, have a good weekend. Yeah, take care. Bye.